Hello and welcome to Spearpoint. My name is Connor, and if you found this channel, this is kind of an introduction to the channel and setting the framework and the foundation to hopefully what is to come. So, I created this kind of from my guidance and from spirit, and it has come into being, and I've kind of been getting the downloads to do it for a while now, and to be honest, I've been resisting and putting my heels in the ground. So now it is time to spread forth and shine. So here we go. So what is Spearpoint and who am I? So you may have seen me from Harmonious Hearts or Soulology, Danielle Wilk and Todd. I did one interview with Todd, and then I did 3 interviews with Danielle Wilk and at Harmonious Hearts that really put me into the public eye. And from there, it kind of was a door that was open that just kind of wouldn't shut. So here we are. So what is Spearpoint? Spearpoint is, to me, the sacred path, the holy weapon, and the post. Yeah, holding your post and following your soul. So in some of my walks in different spaces in different land and climbing different mountains, it was actually a spear that came forth, and it was the spear that I was holding and planting in the ground, and it just feels like that is old, and it's not actually a sword, it's a spear. So spear point is the tip of the spear, following the way, leading the way, but ultimately it's a spear of love. So that's where spear point comes from. There's probably more stories to come from that. And welcome to the quiet, snowy mountains of Montana. So it's very quiet here. We had some snowstorms, and it's the new moon as well at Sagittarius. So who am I? So my name's Connor. I grew up in Colorado. I was born the youngest of 3. A brief synopsis, I kind of got shot out of a cannon. So I had an interesting childhood, an interesting life. It was full of, how should I say, spiritual explosion, invasion, all the above, probably. Yeah, it was. I had ghost experiences when I was a kid. I was trying to move balloons with my mind when I was a kid. You know, all of this you look back on and just like, there's something going on. So that was kind of my childhood. I was kind of the energizer buddy for my family, so I was really good at reading people's emotions and seeing what was wrong and then trying to fix it. So luckily I grew out of that. But it was a childhood filled of kind of heaviness. Yeah, it kind of like out of the gate it was heavy, it was dense, and it weighed on me. It really, really did, and I'm really happy now because, and every day it gets better. Every day I feel more and more complete, because it's like you start out so heavy in that density and in that trauma, and immediately you're just thrust in there, and then now it almost feels more comfortable and there's a confidence that no matter how dark things get, it's kind of like this is still so much brighter than what I grew up in. So it's kind of like it's a strength, it's a gift, and I've learned to kind of embrace that, and I do more and more. Kind of my specialty, or my, I don't know, gift. All of this is guided, so my whole thing is I listen and follow. That's me. So if I can get out of the way, then I just deliver. And most of my life has been that way. So I don't really organize something or go through something. It's kind of like I listen, I follow, and I have this internal trust that my soul already knows. So I already know what to do. It's not like I need to figure something out. And as far as energy work or anything like that, I just let my soul kind of guide me. So I'm not practiced in energy work or in the traditional sense or anything like that. I just follow my heart, and I follow my heart in union with God and the land and Mother Earth and Father Son. And if I can get in that space, then I just listen and follow. So but as far as what I can talk about, or what I'm used to or experienced with, it's kind of like from my childhood, I would say that I was kind of thrust into, I'll just call them the programs, I guess, if you want to say that. And my experiences as a kid, I feel comfortable talking about that world, but this is not what this will be, if I say that. It's kind of like, best way I can describe it is that all the stuff that kind of was in the past is not where the brightest fruit is. So I can go in those spaces, I can talk about those, I can help if you feel so inclined to reach out or talk or schedule a session, then I can help guide you out. And my experience with trauma and being imprisoned or being trapped is that your soul knows where to go. Your soul's ultimately always in charge. And the part of it is that when you're trapped, you kind of allowed yourself to be trapped. So, and you can get released by a snap of your fingers. It really, really is that easy. It can be. It's not, you can't force it, and you can't say, I'm going to do this. It's not manifested. It's not will oriented. It's kind of like when it's time, the shackles just can't hold you anymore. And that's been my experience. And to follow in that way, you really are just embodying who you already know you are. Because you already are magnificent and exactly how you are. You don't have to be anything else. So from that point of view, it's kind of like you already know where to go. You already know what to do. Everybody living is already doing exactly what they need to do. And that's how I kind of approach this, is that whatever needs to be spoken or shared, like I will just open up and share that and let it go from there. From this platform, I want it to be a place of truth and sharing the song of love. That's a good way, yeah. And so wherever that leads. So I'm big point of why I'm here is probably the masculine restoration. It's a good word for it. The masculine energy feels tired, but peaceful and strong and a fierce peace. So I'm here for that, and I'm here for whatever the land wants to speak, whatever love wants to share, whatever my soul wants to share, and whatever this comes to be. So there's a lot that can come into being, and I feel like this is a good place for it. So my kind of the downloads I've got from this channel going forward, I feel like it's going to be, there's some people I've met along the way that I'd love to interview and kind of give them a place to shine and kind of express that sacred circuit between masculine and feminine that I feel like is sometimes missed. So especially with feminine energy and masculine energy, it's just like I want a space where you can see feminine energy really, really ignite and shine as bright as it can and have no limitations, and a place for masculine energy to not be criticized, and to explain why and how things have been allowed to be the way they are, and where the masculine energy has been, because I feel like not a lot of people know that there's a lot of critiquing of, and not just women to men, like men to men, and a misunderstanding, I would say, about where is the masculine energy, where has it gone, what happened to that sacred pillar, because in a world where you're kind of looking at a distorted masculine presence, it's, what is your role? Where have you been? Where's that energy been working? And I feel like that is something that's kind of been not talked about for a good reason. And that's dear to my heart. So just talking about that makes my heart glow. And a place for, sacred places to speak. It's been part of my journey to listen and follow. So a lot of my stories, which may come into being on this, I think it will be a lot of kind of like daily downloads about what's wanting to share. A lot of times it's kind of like what happens to me is I'll be sitting and then it's just, a strike of lightning, and it's just like, okay, this needs to come out. So I feel like that's going to be a lot on this platform, but for my life, it's been a lot of listening and following. So there's been mountains that have called to me and just be like, nope, come to me. And those have been amazing experiences to just kind of listen and follow. And you're wound up at these places. And the most consistent thing is it's an old friend. It's an old familiar connection and an old familiar energy, but something gets, immediately kind of activated. So any messages that want to be shared from that, I do. In the link below, you'll see my Calendly. So I offer sessions. I am currently working in we'll call it a muggle job. I think that's kind of funny to label it as such. But I do Monday through Friday sessions. And if you don't see something on there that fits your time schedule, I'm more than happy to rearrange. But there is a website that is kind of in the works, it's still under construction. That is also going to be called Spearpoint, and that's going to be, so on that one, as far as what I see right now, and all of this, I think is just a foundation. So I can't see what else is going to come in, and I'm really excited for that. So we'll see what wants to be birthed on this. But on the website, it's going to be, I feel like there's going to be some pictures of places I've gone to, and then the song and what writing wants to be shared from those kind of places and spaces, because it's kind of like a code that wants to be shared. And so that's in the works. And yeah, I just feel like this is a place to share, for truth to sing, for the true nature of who we really are to be expressed without judgment or repercussions. So with that, that's this big energy and big container to hold of what wants to come through, and I'm happy to share that. So if you're along with this journey, you have my love and my big hug from me. So from the trees and from this quiet, calm forest in Montana, I give you so much love and excitement in this adventure. So from me to you, I love you. Shine bright.